Hello, I'm Sharon Morrison, and I'd like to tell you all about this amazing new career I started 4 years ago as a model. Me. Okay, let me tell you how it started. I've always worked in communications, advertising, marketing, and public relations. Most of my working life has actually been as a PR consultant, and I love my job. I don't hate going to work because I work from home, but I love my job. But 4 years ago, I wrote a piece called Woman of Steel for Sunday Times Style magazine about going grey. The story I've covered in a previous vlog, but as a result of the article, I had quite a lot of emails, not asking me about my grey hair or anything to do with my grey hair, but all about the dress I was wearing. Now, the dress I bought off the market in Spitalfields, and it was years old, but people obviously liked the way I wore it. Then one wonderful lady emailed me and said, "Have you thought of becoming a model?" And of course, I hadn't, ever. But she said she belonged to a number of agencies and maybe I should just follow it up. So I contacted, I think, about 10 agencies that she recommended, and about half of them came back and said, "Join us." I didn't have a portfolio, I had no posh snaps, I just had holiday snaps. Anyway, I sent them off, and gradually I started to get small jobs. The first job I got was as a direct result of the Sunday Times Style article, because there's a company called White Hot Hair, and they make great hair products for people with white and grey hair. They sent me some product, I tried the product, loved it, and then they asked me if I'd come and do a job for them up in a studio in Nottingham. So that was my first ever gig 4 years ago. Thank you, White Hot Hair. Anyway, slowly little jobs started to roll in. But it was good for me because some of these jobs don't pay very much. You could get maybe £200, £300, £400. Some of them might pay a bit more, maybe £2,000. But generally speaking, it's around that mark. I mean, no one was offering like thousands and thousands of pounds. So I kept working because I need to pay the bills. So PR was good for me. But I thought you might like to know what happens when you actually get cast. So first of all, you have to go to a casting session. And that's like a parade where the client has something they're looking for. They may not know exactly what they're looking for, and they'll see it when that person's on camera. But you go along and you basically do a few poses, speak, do some hand movements, and you might be right for them. But because I live out in the sticks, I can't go to casting sessions all the time. It's far too expensive. So I only go to what's called requested castings. So that's when they've got a shortlist and they've asked for you. Of course, that means I don't get as many jobs as I might if I could go to all of them, but it's just too expensive. It's a risk for me. But requested casting suits me down to the ground. So then what happens at a casting? Well, they can be really easy things to do, or they can be the most embarrassing things that you could do. I did a casting recently where in front of a room full of people, they put a Justin Timberlake track on and I had to dance. And I wasn't just told to dance in a particular style, I was just told, dance! And you dance. And I have no idea what I looked like. I didn't get the job, though. But those things happen. Then other shoots are wonderful. I did one for a furniture company where I had to dress up in the most wonderful dress, beautiful shoes, and I felt like a little film star because I had all my makeup on, but I wasn't allowed to smudge anything, so they gave me a straw and they held my high heels so my feet didn't hurt, and I mean, I had a day feeling like a superstar. Imagine what a superstar feels like. Oh, it was an amazing experience for me. Then I had a very different kind of experience last January. This is 2018, when I was asked to do an editorial shoot for a wonderful photographer called Rankin. And I said yes before I had the brief because it's Rankin. And when the brief came through, it sort of said, must be happy to be shot in underwear. And I'm not happy to be shot in underwear. So they then sent a mood board over, which was of the most beautiful 20-somethings with amazing bodies wearing very little. So I took the mood board to my kids and said, what do you think? And I think they were all saying, Mum. And I was worried myself. But I thought, face your fears. You can always walk out. So I turned up at Rankin Studios and I met 2 stylists who were wonderful and said, have a look at all these outfits. And there were all these great labels, Tom Ford, Christian Dior, Prada. I mean, I can't tell you, they were great, great, great ones. But on the hangers, there was hardly anything, just little dangly things. Oh God, I'm going to have to wear something like that. So I thought, take control. Always must take control of the situation. So I saw a one piece. So I said, I'd like to wear that. And he said, okay. So I tried the one piece on and it held everything and I thought, this is good. Then I put thigh-high studded boots and thought, great, there's very little of me visible. Everything's held in. And then the stylist took one look and said, nah, hooker. So I had to take it all off and he put me in a fishnet bra with no support and what I can only describe as the kind of plastic pants you used to put on babies' nappies. So I looked horrific because it was just after Christmas, and although I look slim, ladies of my age have a lot of stuff going on in the middle called no waist and just a midriff here, this big thing going on that I hate. Anyway, I was in these plastic pants and fishnet bra ensemble and had to do various poses for Rankin. And because he is the way he is, he relaxed me, we felt great. I thoroughly enjoyed the shoot, believe it or not, even though I kept looking on the big screen and I could see what I looked like. I thought, it's not a good look. But believe it or not, I actually made the front cover of the Impression magazine, which is quite unusual. But half my face had been what they call face-tuned. So it was blemish-free and gorgeous. And then the other half was me. I prefer Facetune, but this is all about women being strong and being themselves and being natural. But seriously, I like being unnatural, but I couldn't do it. But being a model has lots of other things going for it. You get a job, you do the job, and you feel really happy at the achievement because then you see yourself. And I've never been particularly vain about my looks. I've been the opposite. I've always felt that I'm not naturally photogenic. So what I think people are looking for in people like me is an attitude, a look. So it doesn't come down to good looks. It comes down to odd looks, strange looks, my looks, old looks. But it's my second career. And I'm just thinking that I've probably got another 20 years or so of earning money because I need to earn money because I like living and I like buying things. And I know that probably some of my clients may not want to keep employing me for some of the PR work I do. But I've got a second career. And I know that when I first started work, which is in 1976, you were supposed to have a career for life. But I'm really delighted to think that actually I do PR, I write for national press, and I do my modelling, started my vlogging, and there are a few other things that I do with a great design team I work with at Dart Design. So I'm happy to be quite invigorated by the breadth of what I can do at the moment. But I have a very, very, very soft spot for modelling because, frankly, it's lovely. The people I work with are lovely. The photographers are amazing. And you know what? I know you hear lots of terrible things about the modelling industry. Not been anything I've encountered. Everyone's been great. I just wish I could go to more castings, but it's too expensive. But modelling's not a bad career if you fancy it. There are plenty of agencies out there. All you have to do is take a look online and choose a few. And there are some that specifically are looking for looks. Not good looks, but your look. Someone with attitude. And there are plenty of us around now, aren't there?